Amway. Celebrating the legacy of more than 6 decades. In 1959, J. Van Andel and Rich DeVos started Amway from a basement in the small town of Ada, Michigan, USA. While the beginnings were humble, the idea that drove them was powerful. Amway's vision is centered around empowering people and helping them live better, healthier lives. Today, after more than 6 decades of existence, we have evolved into a health and wellness company with a presence in more than 100 countries and territories. Backed by a legacy of more than 6 decades in the nutrition and wellness space, Amway products are known for their world-class quality. Globally, Amway makes a wide range of quality nutrition, beauty, personal care, and home care products that people use worldwide. They have more than 500 scientists, engineers, and technicians to conduct world-class research and product development, and 900 plus global patents and patents pending. This exemplifies consistent innovation based on changing consumer needs, supported by its flagship brands Nutrilite and Artistry. Nutrilite is the world's #1 vitamins and dietary supplements brand that has perfected a proprietary seed-to-supplement practice to preserve potency and maximize the consistency, efficacy, and safety of the products. Artistry is one of the leading premium skincare brands globally. Amway's vision and sense of purpose inspire and energize us to drive the founder's growth mindset. We lead with heart and believe in working together to do the right thing. We live to serve and are always dedicated to helping our Amway direct selling partners offer meaningful solutions and delightful customer experiences. We love to learn and do not hesitate to push our boundaries and inspire others by leading from the front. Throughout our history, we have deeply cared for people, our Amway direct selling partners, and our planet. And it is our commitment that makes us the world's #1 direct selling company. With nearly 25 years of successful operations in India, Amway is among the leading direct selling companies. The company entered the Indian market with only home care and personal care products, but today has an expansive portfolio of over 140 high-quality world-class products. We currently have a vibrant community of over 5.5 lakh Amway direct selling partners who provide health and wellness solutions to their customers. Amway products are backed by a money-back guarantee ensuring 100% satisfaction of use. Amway India has a preferred customer program through which customers can register and make purchases directly through the Amway website or store. In 2015, Amway India invested in a world-class state-of-the-art greenfield manufacturing facility in Dindigul district by acquiring land through an MOU signed with the government of Tamil Nadu. Our manufacturing facility is LEED Gold certified, as being one of the most environment-friendly and sustainable facilities in the country. As part of sustainability efforts, 63% of energy consumption in the facility is from renewable sources of wind and solar power. Spread across 50 acres of land, the facility employs over 700 people, with 30% of the workforce being women. Over the years, we have created a robust infrastructure, a nationwide footprint through 79 physical stores, best-in-class website for a seamless shopping experience, a business app, and a strong network of over 16,500 serviceable PIN codes for home delivery, which accounts for 86% of the total PIN codes in India. Our A70 vision: unleash entrepreneurship with an offline and online platform that amplifies communities through social channels, turning passions into profit. We focus on making it 10 times easier for new Amway direct selling partners to foster a community of engaged customers and help our Amway direct selling partners build engaged communities. Our sales plan is designed to support new Amway direct selling partners build a more profitable and sustainable business while fostering a loyal customer relationship. Backed by our support and their passion, Our Amway direct selling partners can build a rewarding health and wellness business where they are the true solution providers. We are committed to accelerating product innovation to develop even better products through data analysis and insights. Enhancing customer experience. Engaging the community through digital platforms. Providing optimum solutions for customer needs and requirements. And nurturing the next generation of social entrepreneurs. We have done it so far and will continue to drive change for a better world. Integrating sustainable practices into all operations, including organic and sustainable farming. Driving diversity and inclusion by empowering women and increasing economic opportunities for everyone. Helping children lead a healthy life enriched with proper nutrition, supported by our nutrition program, Power of 5. Join us on this journey and help us make the world a better place. Amway, celebrating the legacy of more than 6 decades. One team, one vision, one incredible journey. Our future is truly bright. Amway.
Good afternoon, Amway India. We are delighted to have you all for the second series of Gurukul Virtual Business Building Seminar. We extend a warm welcome to all of you. Let's start the BBS and invite the masters of ceremony with a big round of applause. Emeralds from Mumbai, Maharashtra, Navneet and Shivjot Chima.
Hello and welcome to one more exciting session of the BBS brought to us by Gurukul, Amway's Entrepreneurship Development Initiative.
We are Navneet and Shivjot Chima from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Shivjot has a background in real estate and investment banking, and I am a chartered accountant. And we are going to be your MCs tonight. Before we bring on the keynote speakers, we'll hear from Amway's Chief Sales Officer, Mr. Vijay Golani, who will be briefing us about the new exciting initiatives brought by Amway Corporation for A25. So please help me welcome Amway's Chief Sales Officer, Mr. Vijay Golani.
Hello, namaskar everyone. Welcome to the February series of the Business Building Forum. 2023 is a very special year for us as we all celebrate our 25th anniversary in India. We are in sincere gratitude for our partnership, your passion, and your commitment towards the Amway business. To mark this very special occasion, we announced a series of initiatives in our incentive programs and in our business conferences. Part of our Core Plus, in BFI, BBI, we announced a lot of new changes. The 3 key areas to focus on is the adoption, profitability, and consistency. The opportunity to enhance profitability has increased manifold through the Core Plus. The key learning is, at BFI and at BBI, don't aim for the minimum threshold of the criteria, which is 3 qualifying sales teams. I would encourage all of you to start qualifying with the 4 qualifying sales teams and earn 2x over those who build 3 sales teams to meet the minimum threshold of criteria. Potential to maximize BFI, BBI income over the average income is enormous. The other big opportunity is to earn all the 12 months that the program offers. So getting in, maximizing income, and earning all the 12 months while leveraging the BFI, BBI as the launchpad to migrate upwards in your Amway business with your goals. There is a basket of tools and enablers to leverage. I would encourage all of you to consult your upline and your account manager to know more about this. Let's now spend a couple of minutes talking about the exciting business conferences in the world of Amway. End of December, as you would all recall, we had announced revised destinations for our business conferences. Firstly, for our leadership seminar, in addition to our Amway India 25th anniversary announcements that we made in July, we have made the criteria even more inclusive. It is going to be a very exclusive and never happened before event in our last 25 years in India. and certainly not to be missed event, by any of you. In our 25th anniversary year, we've also elevated the destination for our leadership growth camp for our new platinums. And that's going to be on Cordilla Cruise. Again, first in the history of Amway India. What you can expect as a new platinum, the 5-star hospitality with some great food, entertainment, and fun-filled activities. So, learn from the successful leaders the best business practices that will help you define your goals beyond platinum. The tools and enablers to really help you achieve the goal that you set for yourself. And finally, to conclude, I would encourage you to leverage the 25th anniversary year as the foundational building block towards a sustainable and profitable Amway business through community of loyal consumers focused mainly on healthy living, and that provides the potential to earn through the enhanced multiplier and the reset program for the BFI and the BBIs. As leaders grow more, you can earn even more through our enhanced multipliers in the FGI component. We have enhanced our payouts at the TTCI program by 50% for all our new and the FIRQ Platinums and Founder Diamonds. We also introduced a comeback bonus for our Emeralds and above. And not to forget the exciting destination for the Leadership Growth Camp, and finally, one night extra for all our qualifiers and the family invite for our qualified Emeralds and above at the forthcoming business seminar. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. We wish you all great health and all success with Amway Business in 2023 and beyond. Future is bright, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the program and learning today. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay. That's a lot of excitement coming our way. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for, we'll bring on the keynote speakers. But before we do that, we would recommend you to be in a quiet, peaceful place wherein you can focus on the meeting. It can potentially change your life like it has for us in the past. The speakers, founders, Executive Diamond, Ankur and Taru Gupta. Ankur has a background in electrical engineering from IIT Delhi, and Taru is an MBA in HR.
Ankur was exposed to this business when he was on a work trip abroad, and he got interested in the field of wellness and preventive healthcare together with Taru, they have built a business which spans the globe, and they are helping people live better and healthier lives. And today they are going to be speaking to us in two segments. In the first segment, they are going to share their story with us, and then they come back again after the recognitions to help us understand and teach us the basics of the business.
Looking forward to hear from Taru and Ankur Gupta.
Hi everyone, it is so awesome to be here. Thank you for that fantastic introduction. And I must say, hello India, because what a platform, right? That we are able to reach the entire length and breadth of the country, north, south, east, west. I mean, we have friends sitting over here, I'm sure, who are doctors and lawyers and engineers and housewives and young and old and 24 and 64 and maybe entrepreneurs and maybe bureaucrats, everyone. And you know the funny thing? There is literally very little common between all of us. We're all very different, and we all think that the way I do things is different, which is true, but there is something which is common between us also. And that common thing is our passions, our will to succeed, our desire to make an impact in the world, to make this world a better place to live in. That is what unites us all together. Though we're not sure what works for this set of people will work for me, something that works for that set of people will work for me or not. But the world is coming together very quickly. Just a few years back, you could say that somebody who's 25 would have thought very differently, and the exposure for somebody who's 55 was very different. But that gap is reducing. Somebody who's in a metro was different. Somebody who's in a small town was different. When 5G will come, this gap will turn to almost zero. Dadaji is already on Facebook and sending posts. And he has already installed Instagram. Now that's a warning sign, right? So we all need to, we were thinking, what can we talk about today? How can we talk about something which will be relevant for everyone? And then we thought we should probably not talk about tactics. They can differ. We should probably talk about principles, something that bring us all together and that's common for all of us.
So hi guys, very, very happy to be talking to all of you. Very excited, but a little bit nervous as well, because this is a new style. This is a new way of doing things. It's not that we're talking for the first time. I think we've been talking to an audience for more than 20 years now. But every time we come up on stage or whatever, come up to talk to people, there are butterflies in the stomach. The butterflies are not there because we're nervous about speaking in front of so many people. They are because we care about, are we able to add value? I hope this meeting counts. I hope the 45 minutes that you're going to take out for today's session, it makes an impact to your business. So I have come very well prepared. I have come prepared with two things. I'm prepared with my notes because it gives me the flow and the confidence that, okay, I'm going to bring some meat to my talk. And number two, very, very important, you're all very good at visualizing things. So right now, I am imagining that we are standing in an auditorium. It's full. It's so many of you. And we can see our friends who always cheer for us sitting right in the front rows. Now that feels normal. That feels comfortable. And I think we will be able to do a good job.
None of us are really looking for change. None of us are wanting change. We like our stable lives as they are going, isn't it? We like our lives to be predictable. We like to know what will happen when we will get up, how will it be when we will sleep, but all that is changing around us. And it's not that we invite change into our lives. Change happens to us. The question is, what will we do when that happens? Will we run away? Will we win over it? Will we be victims or will we be victors of change? That's a big question we need to ask. And it's not today. I'm sure you've observed that it's just been like this forever. It's just that the speed of change is increasing extremely, extremely fast. I was in school and must be 1984, 85. Maybe a lot of you were not born at that time. And TV came and people were on All India Radio for years. They were established people. And I'm sure in in a snap of finger, their careers changed because they were not ready for this huge change. And some people changed. They changed their style and became victors and adopted the new medium. I'm sure the same would have happened when 1996, I was in college and internet and email came. I mean, I was doubtful, should I open an email, because who will I send an email to? That was the condition. But some people were probably still selling stamps and envelopes, and some people shifted it and opened internet cafes. When the mobile phones came in 2000, right? I had started working. Before that, we were only on landline phones. I mean, we don't look like that old, but it's just experiences that we saw through in our lives. And some people were running STD PCOs. I remember Taru and I, for her also, for me also in college, we used to be making in this long queues, trying to get our turn to call our parents home. And all of a sudden, pop, vanished. Everybody had a mobile phone. Some people kept waiting in empty STD and PCO booths, hoping for business to come. And some other people converted them and started selling SIM cards and mobile phones and started maybe, creating more things and newer things. And this change is just constant, over and over and over and over and over again, right? E-commerce came. Some people were trying to just open another shop. Some people were opening marketplaces for other people to put their products on it. Right now, change is happening around us. The ground is shifting below our feet. Just last month, one of the biggest AI tools, artificial intelligence tools, was launched, ChatGPT. You cannot imagine how many jobs are going to go away with that. But some people will adopt and figure out how to use this change to become victors. And that is what we want to be. In our business, the way of doing things is shifting, not because, there's some big conspiracy, because the world wants to see and experience things in a different way. So what we aim to do today in the next half an hour, 40 minutes is to be able to maybe share our viewpoint of how we are seeing this world right now. We work with people in different countries around the world in our business. We've been in business for over 20 years now. And we've got a great perspective of how to deal with shifting landscapes. And if we can share some of these trends with you, maybe you can adopt them for your business. Maybe you are also a little confused about how will you move to the next phase of business. We don't have to worry about that. We just have to understand what is happening, and then God opens the doors and takes us forward on the right path. If we are united with our mentors, if we have trust in ourselves, and if we keep our teams tight, we can navigate anything in the world. That is what I really believe in. So I think we'll talk about 5 or 6 key things today, and we have these 2 slots. We'll cover some of them in the first part and some of them in the second part when we come back. But one of the things that we are seeing, the first thing is, people don't like to be sold to. People like to buy things. Now that sounds like, Ankur, it's the same thing, no? What's the difference? No. When somebody is trying to sell something to somebody, people don't like it. They like to go and buy something. How is it different? When you try to convince me to buy something, I am resisting it because I'm thinking you are doing something to me. Whereas when the decision is coming from inside me, then I like it. So that's how the world is working right now. Most of the times when somebody comes to a store, they have already done most of the research. They've already done all the searches and read all the documents. And now when they come and ask you a question, if your answers match their research, they trust you. If your answers don't match their research, they won't even trust you because they know you're trying to pull a fast one on them. So, with that change happening, do we realize that in our business also somebody else might not be willing to or not liking that we are trying to sell them something? How about that? Right? When I go to a store today, I don't like the guy breathing down my neck trying to say, this is best and that is best. I tell him, hey, you know what? Give me some time. Let me take a look around. Let me read. Let me go around. If I need your help, I'll call you. Isn't that how we think? It applies to our business also. But how does it apply to our business?
So I'm going to share a recent story, okay? My mom is 71 years old. She is almost an older version of me. She's very active, very energetic, has very good stamina, perfect body shape, body size, perfect weight, very lively, very energetic. Okay, so she was visiting family. She's 71 years old. She was visiting family, and there happened to be a kitty party for the young lady in that house. She had invited 8-10 friends over. So, these were all young moms, maybe in their early 30s. So my mom was clicking pictures with them. She got involved in the kitty party. She was clicking pictures with them. Right away, she posted them on Facebook. She added all of them as friends. And then she had cooked a meal in our cookware for all of them, 8-10 of them, in 1.5 hours, right in front of those 10 girls. Okay? Very obviously, everybody was bowled over by her. They were meeting her for the first time. And then they started asking her, Auntie, you are my mother-in-law is your age, but she's nowhere close to you. My mom is younger than you, but she can barely walk. My so-and-so is struggling with so many conditions. My mother-in-law cannot even get out of bed. How come you are so energetic? What is your secret? Everybody wanted to know. Now, mind you, my mother is not a business builder. She is not an ABO, but she is somebody who believes in what has happened to her health over the years. So she told them a very honest reply. She said, last 20 years, I have been taking care of my health. Health does not happen automatically. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to spend money. When we were younger, so this is the story she's telling them. When we were younger, we ate good food. We had a lot of milk, curd, ghee, fruits, vegetables, everything. We were not worried about adulteration. We were playing outdoors. We were doing everything. Despite that, after 45, 50, at that age, we understood we needed something more. So you're all young, you're young moms. Take care of your health and don't believe that food is going to do everything. I have been eating Nutrilite for 20 plus years because my daughter introduced me to it. You can see me. My bones are not hollow. My body is not, that you shake it and it will shatter. It's not like that because it's a conscious effort. It's an investment of time, effort, thought, and money. So don't ignore your health. It's going to come. You have to work on it, because you're the pillars of the family. So she was just having a normal chat. Now, was she doing a hard sell? Absolutely no. She just told her story. It's very obvious what would have happened, right? So many people reached out after that because they were not sold anything, but they wanted to know what should they do about their health so that, they wanted something. They were not sold anything.
So it's actually it's not different, but it's different. It's about how we see things that is different. Now that's a trend. Maybe if you think about it, maybe if you think whether this behavior applies to you, is this what you're doing? Are you telling the right stories? Maybe it'll help you change something in your business, in the way you do things, in the way people perceive you. A second trend we are seeing. People don't want to know the features. They want to know the benefits. Now, it's all around us. See, my point is just this. If we don't like something, how can we expect that our clients and our customers are going to like it? Isn't it? Do unto others what you shall have done unto you. That's the golden rule, isn't it? Look at the phone. They're not saying nanochip, nanotechnology, and 23 megapixels. They're saying all that. Okay, by the way, latest silicon. They're saying all that on the side. But what is the key thing that they're talking about? They're putting a picture of this beautiful scenery or this girl or this flower, massive billboard, just that picture. It's obvious that if your phone can take a picture like that, it better have good technology inside it. You want the picture or you want the latest silicon inside? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. They're no longer saying 2000cc turbocharged engine, computerized fuel injection, and I might not even understand that. They're talking more about, do you want to feel like a palace when you sit inside it? Do you want to be the alpha male out there? Do you want to rule the road? That's the advertisement for the car. And it speaks to me better than the technical specifications, isn't it? I mean, look at houses. They're not talking about just the 3.5 bedrooms and which tile and which plumbing and what wires will we use. Yes, those are the features. Yes, those are the specifications. But what they're talking about is, would you like to buy peace of mind? Would you like to buy a place where your kids can have the best friends around them? Benefits instead of features. It's a trend. The question we need to ask ourselves is, are we using it? Are we going with it or against it?
So let me give you an example which is totally directly relevant to our business, okay? I'll talk about the Queen cookware, okay? We've all tried this. We have loyal client families. We have good relationships with them. We go to a family and we tell them, the family is on some program with you. They're trying to work on their conditions. They're doing something with you, right? That's why they're your clients. So you tell them, you want to show them the cookware? This is case one. This is how you talk about it. You talk about all the features. The cookware is definitely the best product that is available in the market. Okay, it has high grade steel. It has Optiton technology. It has Vital-Lock. You can retain all the nutrients. It can save time. It has low moisture cooking. You can do zero oil. You can do low oil. You can do so many things. It's very versatile. A, B, C, D. You covered everything. End of it, when you told them the price, there goes, it's pin drop silence, right? There's no conversation forward, right? So you did your best and you're wondering what happened. They trust in me. They trust in Neutralite. They really like every brand that they're using from our range. So what went wrong? Let me take you through another flow. It's the same client family. Obviously, we know our client families very well. So the lady, maybe she's working with you on some health parameters she's working to improve. You know that the husband has digestive disorders, maybe. She keeps telling you that her kids do not enjoy vegetables as much and they order a lot of junk food. You can see there are elderly parents in the house. You also know that the parents are on a restricted diet. They need zero oil. They need lighter food. They need more veggies in their diet. You know all this already about the client family, right? So now you tell them your story. So you tell them, why did you replace your cookware? Why did you say tata bye-bye to the aluminium in your kitchen, to the non-stick in your kitchen, to pressure cooking? How much consumption of oil has gone down in your kitchen ever you switched your cookware and your cooking methods, right? How are your kids enjoying the vegetables much more because they look nicer and they taste nicer? How come in your busy schedule, you are able to take care of choices of everybody in the family because you're cooking smart? How have some other benefits come just because you change the way you cook? Now, if you can relate the two in this flow, if you tell your client everything because you actually told them a real story. When you told them the real story, what they are hearing is, okay, how does it fit in for so and so member of my family? You covered every member of the family. You showed them the value that it can bring for the lady, for the husband, for the kids, for the parents, for everybody, right? See, believe it. I mean, we all know it, right? There is nothing called expensive. It is a perceived value in our mind, right? If I see that something is worth my money, I'm going to spend on it. Now, did I create value because I could show them the benefits, the way it can transform or improve health of every single member of the family? So that is the difference between focusing on features versus benefits.
And I'll tell you the third trend exactly for the same example. People want to solve a problem. They are not bothered about the components for it. I'll give you a very simple example very quickly. One of the most difficult things in the world is to buy furniture. We went to an IKEA store a few days back. They opened one in Bangalore. And there were more tourists than buyers over there just to look at it because of the way they set everything up, right? It was easy to buy something, and if you instead of buying one thing, you'll end up buying 5 things. because they were not trying to sell the napkin holder, they were not trying to sell the sofa, they were not trying to sell the painting, they were not trying to sell the flower. What they were selling was, if your house, if your room is 500 square feet, how can you have everything in it? How can you have the most clean and immaculate arrangement? How can you make it look most beautiful and meet all your needs? That's how they'd set it up. You would go and buy a solution. Look at a hospital. Somebody was telling me the other day, their father had to go through a heart surgery when they went to the hospital. It was not like, okay, you have to do this and this and this. No. It was like, okay, heart surgery, valve replacement, this is the package. Everything is included in it. Whatever it takes, we will make sure it happens, right? You don't have to make 20 decisions. You have to just make one decision. Do I want this solution or do I not want this solution? When we are talking to our clients, when we are talking to people out there, are we talking about features, pieces, price of each, or are we talking about what they need and how we can solve their problem?
Oh my God, I can so clearly remember, many years ago, this is exactly how we used to operate. If I had to speak to somebody about protein powder daily or whatever, I would go, this is what I would call going prepared. I would know exactly the vitamins, the minerals, the dosage, the extracts it came from, the amino acids, their description, their composition, every single thing. And I would make sure that I tell it to the client. You know what? It's not needed anymore. It's good to know because it gives you confidence. It gives you conviction. That's important. But that is not what sells it any longer, right? Today, if somebody is watching us, they see, oh, they look fit. They have a healthy lifestyle. They're very energetic. If people are watching us, they want to come to you and ask, you know what? You also have kids the same age, but by the time it's afternoon, I am so tired with my travel. I get so exhausted. My stress levels are so high. What do you do for your health, right? They are looking for an answer to a need, to a problem. A little later, we're going to come. It is not physically possible that we can only limit ourselves to people who are seeing us actually physically. We need to reach out to a larger audience. So a little later, we're going to come back and talk about that as well. But the point is this. If we can identify a need, people are looking for an answer to what they're going through. And if they see it in you, that okay, this seems to be a person I could go to and ask, that's where we'll find our clients.
And we'll continue after a short break again.
Wow. Thank you, Ankur and Taru, for this beautiful session shared straight from the heart. Thanks a lot. And now for a very exciting segment, which is our recognition segment.
We all know well begun is half done, and when we get recognized or congratulated for our small achievements, it helps us keep going further. So let's get together to congratulate all the brand new 3 and 6%ers. It might be a small achievement, but this is what will help you keep going further. So congratulate yourself and give yourself a pat on the back for the brand new 3 and 6%ers from September to December 22.
Yes, congratulations 3 and 6%ers, and the next level is 9 and 12%. This is where the journey begins, where you get results, and then you start talking to people about your results. And a small turnover is created, which is a very, very big step.
Congratulations, 9 and 12%ers. Going further, 15 and 18%. This is where you start making a significant income. And if you do it with the BFI or the BBI structure, that means more profitability for you. So we would like to congratulate all the 15 and 18%ers with BFI and BBI structure from September to December 22. Congratulations.
Congratulations. And now this bigger levels, silver producer, when you see the business for the first time, that is the level we all aspire to be at. And when you maintain the silver for 3 months, you're called a gold producer. And platinum, you have a very stable business. And ruby is the level for profitability. Very, very powerful levels. And we'll see a AV of all the achievers from September till December. Gold producers to rubies.
Congratulations everyone, and let's watch the AV now.
Congratulations.
Turn it up, 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 turn it up. Turn it up, 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 turn it up.
Wow, that was a great recognition segment. Congratulations, all the achievers. Well done. Looking forward to see you at bigger levels. And now for the teaching from our keynote speakers, Founders Executive Diamond, Ankur and Tarun.
Hi, and we are back. We were talking about the trends in the marketplace that we see. They seem like very simple, and you all agree with them. But if we don't apply them to our business, then there is no use. That is the key thing to understand here. The fourth thing that we are seeing around us right now, people don't trust authority any longer. There was a time when I would see a Shah Rukh Khan ad, maybe this person and that person, and I would just go and buy that maybe because he's buying it. But now I know that he's not using it. Chances are he's just talking about it because he's getting paid. I trust an Amazon review more than the advertisement because the Amazon review guy is like me. Because I know that he's a user and he liked it. That means he has no inherent interest in it. That is a big shift in the marketplace. The way things are done is changing around us. We were just watching this movie Unchai, and advertisement has got replaced with placement. I think there was a massive placement of Mercedes-Benz over there in that movie. Every time they're driving, the whole movie is about driving to the base camp in Mount Everest, and every time they show it, there was a long shot and there's a close-up of the car. From inside, from outside, they're sitting in the living room and the car is visible outside. They're sipping tea and keeping the cup on the bonnet of the car, directly and indirectly. The whole placement was, if you are successful and this age, you need to have this for sure. And this is the luxury thing to own. It's just how things are being projected and shown. I was seeing a suitcase ad a few days back. It's not about polycarbonate, what size, how many shirts, none of that. There's this girl who's rushing, leaving her career, leaving her job, going to Himachal in the middle of the mountains to make sure that she gives her vote because it was voting season in context. And one thing was there with her all the time, her suitcase. Everywhere you go, your friend is this suitcase. Now, just leaving an imprint on you. Are we thinking about how does it apply to our business? Are we thinking about how we can relate what we have with people like us or not is the big question.
So let me give you an example. Relatability is nothing new. You've all seen teams shaping up. When Ankur and I got started, we were 23 and 24 years old, newly married, no kids, 2 professionals, Ankur and techie, and I was in HR. What kind of people got attracted to us? People just like us. Same age group, singles, newly married couples, like we say, dings, double income, no kids. That is the kind of first team that we built, right? Fact, reason, relatability. If it is good for this couple, let's check it out, right? I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you have experiences like that, observing teams around you. We had a single mom come into our business, very, very sharp, very, very ambitious. A few years down the line, that's the kind of team she built around her, because so many women who wanted to do something, who wanted to be something, got attracted, they got influenced because they could relate, right? I'm sure you've seen it with so many leaders that you know in the business, students, somebody a bureaucrat, somebody who started as a student, somebody who started as a successful business owner. We've all seen that. They attracted people like that, right? Now the same thing is happening even today. I'll give you different kind of examples of social media. We have people, these are not things that you may not be observing, but maybe our telling it will validate and you'll be a little more confident in doing it. A lot of people, they get traction from when they are out there on social media, they get traction from their professional colleges, from their engineering colleges, or wherever they studied. So we have a veterinary doctor. All her success is coming from other veterinary doctors who are liking what she's posting and reaching out. The same thing for Ayurvedic doctors, the same thing for homeopaths. It's not limited to professionals. We are also seeing that, even if you belong to a small town in a state and you reach out to people like that, they relate. They talk back to you. In fact, relatability is something, it's such a pie that we can cut it in any way that we want. When mompreneurs reach out, it sends a message to other moms, professionals currently in jobs or professionals who've taken a sabbatical or chosen to be stay-home moms, right? Young people reaching out, other young people, okay, what are they doing at this age? Let me check it out. So it could be relatability can come in very, very diverse ways. In fact, we've seen it with you belong to a certain community, certain language, certain region, certain ethnicity. If you are out there, people will respond because they find a common ground, right? They find a reason to connect. They find common ground. And that's why when you are sending a message to a large audience, they are the ones who want to talk back to you.
Moral of the story is you have to be out there. And the moral of the story is you cannot try to reach out to everyone thinking everyone will reach out to you. The frequency at which you will vibrate is the frequency that you will attract. And that brings us to point number 5. Influence is something which looks like it's very slow process, but actually it's very, very fast. And I'll give you an example. One of my favorite authors is this guy called Seth Godin. He writes on marketing, he writes on contemporary mindset, and I think he's a genius. Now, right there, I advertised him, for example. I've been reading books by him, and he writes a daily blog. He's one of the guys who's been writing a daily blog for 3 years now, every single day. I thought the first time I read one of his books was a PDF download. There's another one which I got as a PDF download, and I read it. The third book, I actually bought it. The fourth book, I actually bought 5 copies and gifted 4 of them. And as I was reading the blog, one day he talked about one of the courses that he was bringing out. That could be nice. You will not believe it. I might have spent only 500 rupees or 1000 or 2000 rupees till then, but that course was $450 and I bought it. Influence. Do you think he worked on me and after I bought it, then he worked on the next one and then on the next one? And no, he was working in parallel on 1 million people out there. Guess what? How many would have got converted? Even if it is just 1%, that's a big number. That's how influence works. Influence looks like it is very slow, but it works at a 10x, 100x and 1000x speed compared to how we will operate if we try to not use influence. And the best tool for it is social media.
Like Ankur said, it might look very slow, and but we have to see it from 2 perspectives, right? Let's say a few years ago, if I'll take an example of a personal transformation, okay? You fix something in your health or you live a very healthy lifestyle. People around you, your family, your relatives, your friends, people at workplace, people that you often hang out with, that's a limited set of audience. People who know your life up close, they can see that it's not just about what you eat, it's about how you think, about what you read, about, whether you do some physical workout or not, all things included. They understand that, okay, so-and-so person lives a very healthy life and the results are there to see because you're totally fit, right? So in the olden times, the only influence we could have built was around people who knew us, who were spending time, as if we were living in a glass house and they were living our life and they were getting inspired by us. That's a very limited set of people because nobody has a peek into our life that much, right? Now look at it from the angle of social media. You do the same transformation. You continue living the same healthy lifestyle that you're following, but you decide to go out on social with it. WhatsApp, Facebook, Insta, everywhere. Look at the influence you will build, right? Because it's so many people, and I already spoke about relatability, right? There is somebody out there in the audience who's going to relate to your story. What is important is, are you out there every day? Are you visible? And is there something you're genuinely passionate about? Because the story has to be authentic. If it is authentic, it will pull people towards you, right? So that is how it would work. Now, one more thing to understand, when we have clients who come, who actually saw our content on social media and that's how they reached out to us, when we ask them this question, when was the first time, after they become our clients, okay? When was the first time that you noticed me or my content? When did you make up your mind to reach out to me? What was holding you back? If we, at a certain point we're comfortable and we can ask, the answer varies between 3 months to 6 months to 1 year and sometimes maybe even longer. Sometimes they're just observing you, but they haven't made up their mind to do something that you are doing, right? So what we need to understand is We are not drying one shirt at a time. It's parallel processing. It's so many people out there. If we find something that, that we are passionate about, we are actually living, there would be no dearth of content. There would be no hesitation. Obviously, some barriers would be there initially. I mean, that's just a learning phase. But that is how influence works. It takes time, it takes repetition, it takes visibility.
See, it's not that we are changing the destination. It's not even that we are changing the road. It's only a question of whether you're going on a cycle where you can have only one person sitting at the back, or whether you're driving a Volvo bus with 45 people sitting on it. Speed is different and the multiplication is massively different. Let's just combine all these three things together, all these five things together. We don't have to sell. We have to talk about our story. We have to be on it again and again and again, even though we might think it's very silly, because people like us will like us. We don't have to impress everybody, and we have to be continuous at it. And then let's just talk about the sixth thing that I want to talk about here very quickly. One of the things that is already changing, and that is going to change even more in the time to come: undercutting and price wars. You have no idea what is coming to us, at us right now. A new thing called ONDC will come, Open Network Digital Commerce. When any website you go to, you'll be able to see the products listed on any website. The government of India will bring it out. It's a beautiful thing coming for customers, because customers will get the massive amount of choice, superb discounts and pricing. But for a business owner, maybe that might mean price wars, right? And I had somebody call me a few days back from Punjab, and this friend asked me, Ankur, how do I deal with this? What will I do? How can I save my business from this undercutting war? And it's not just we going through it, the whole world is going through it right now, literally. He used to run a dress store. He used to sell ready-made dresses, get them from Delhi and then sell them. I asked him a very simple question. If your store is so successful, and if others get to know where you are buying your material from and they buy the same thing and bring it and start selling it at a lesser cost, will your business suffer or not? He said, absolutely, but I won't tell them where I'm buying from. I said, that's not a big deal in this day and era, right? They will find out. And then what will you do? He said, I'll have to reduce the price maybe a little more further. Now there's no end to that. Where does it hit the bottom? The trend that we need to understand is we don't need to work on reducing the price. Instead, how about working on increasing the value? I told him a very simple thing that he could probably do. I told him, why don't you get a really good designer, a really good person who can do fashion design, employ her with you. This person should be good and you're paying her a good amount of money. Every time a client comes, don't focus on selling the dress. Introduce her to this stylist who actually spends time telling the customer, the client, what colors will suit on her, which cut will suit on her, what style will suit on her, what kind of designs she should go for with her personality, which kind of parties she goes to, who are her normal friends. Profile her and first create a solution for her. And after you've sold her on the solution, just show her 2 dresses which match that description. That's it. She has to pick one of them. You sell it at double the price, she's going to buy it, and she's going to come to you and only you again. Because now you are not selling the suit, you are selling looking beautiful and smarter than the rest of the people. We have to understand what is the commodity we are selling and what is the product that we are selling. And that's the only way we can win over this massively negative trend which is happening in the marketplace. So, we can talk about a lot of trends, but to our mind, these are some of the top things that we are seeing happening around us. The question is, you might ask us, Ankur, okay, all this is nice, it sounds very good, but how do I use it? What do I really do tomorrow? Tell me an exact game plan. Tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll do that. Nobody can do that. We are all entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurship means we should just understand everything, absorb everything, give it some time to settle down. And if we just calm down, ideas will come out of us and we will be able to implement them for our business. Because we need to understand that it's not rocket science. It's just a question of understanding how we can be relevant for today's marketplace. If we can do that, we can become victors of change rather than victims of the change.
I'll just give you a small, maybe a little direction to think. For some of our people, if we can find something that we are good at, we are passionate about, and we figure out a way to tell a story around it, it could be a good starting point. It is about value creation, and value creation authentically will come from something that is a natural strength. I'll give you 4 or 5 examples. There's somebody who's very passionate about yoga. Now, whatever he or she does with her clients, or when she's out, he or she, the person is out on social, people trust her for the expertise she has on yoga. So they reach out to her for that, but ultimately everybody wants one person who can guide them on multiple things, right? When it comes to health especially. There's another person, she's very, very good. She's very creative with food, her food presentation, she has really good skills in food photography, and she cooks healthy. Now that's a niche she identified for herself. She's there, like I said a few minutes ago, every day, repeatedly, out there, visible, that is a given. Now, when people see her, they see her authentic in that area, they want to talk to her. When they want to talk to her, everything else opens up, right? There's somebody who's generally interested in cooking, not just innovative, generally, but she's out there. That's where she gets her traction. There's somebody who's very, very passionate about playing multiple sports. He figured out a way that, okay, this is my audience, this is the set of people. He figured out another niche for himself, right? Now, we can be very lost and think that I have no niche. That's not true. We might need a little bit of digging, a little bit of searching for somebody. It could be very, very different things. I just took examples which came, to the top of my head, but all of us, in fact, I think Ankur picked up this we've seen young moms. They appeal to young moms. If they start writing, they start posting, they find their audience, because there's a phase of life that is special to people. Their struggles, their joys, their troubleshooting, their victories are similar. So that's not a permanent niche you will be in, but for some time that could work for you. In fact, Ankur, why don't you tell about somebody?
So maybe you were at the cruise or one of the meetings, and the company had invited Shashi Kumar, who's in Coimbatore, and he started the shift with just reading. He was passionate about reading. He said, okay, I'll run a book club every day. I will just start reading, and you can invite anybody who loves to learn and to grow. Step number 1 is influence. That influence can happen with dance, it can happen with playing, it can happen with reading, it can happen with singing, it can happen with me being a mom and everybody else who's a mom also has the same problems as me. Doesn't matter. Step number 1 is influence. When influence happens, then people build trust in me and they start asking me things other than what they got influenced with. And that's step number 2. I end up giving them a solution or a suggestion, or I end up selling them something. The step number 3 is helping them identify what they can do well and teach them that. And this is a natural cycle which can go on and on and on. Somebody in Silchar might figure it out differently. Somebody in Surat might figure it out differently, and somebody in Delhi might figure it out differently. That's okay. Doesn't matter. But the path of influence that seems very slow rolls into a much higher speed and much higher momentum over a period of time. The key thing is we need to, number 1, not give up. And number 2, stay humble. Not give up means if we just jam down and say, I can't do anything, I don't know what to do, then obviously nothing can happen. It's very easy to turn a moving truck. With one finger, you can move it. But a truck which is stationary, you cannot move the steering wheel even with 2 hands or 2 people. It's so heavy. So if we are constantly out there meeting people, talking people, working with people, we will figure out how to use some of these trends, how to use some of these sentences, how to use some of these thoughts and apply them in our business. And the second thing, we need to stay humble, because ultimately I believe that the universe will show us the right way, which will work for us. I believe that it's extremely important to keep trusting in a mentor, because we can experiment. There's no problem with experimentation. It's great. Unless we experiment, we'll not figure out new things. But somebody who's got a much bigger business than us, a much bigger team than us, somebody who can mentor us, who can watch our back, they can figure out how this can be scaled up for everyone else. I personally believe that 1 is too small a number to achieve anything great in life. When you have unity, when you have a large team, it's actually easier to create something massive and something big. For that, we need to be united. So try things out, experiment, but always know that you can take this to a bigger team and you can help everybody else learn how they can actually implement it. The ways will be different. The goal is exactly the same. There is no difference over there. We have, people here who are from such diverse backgrounds. Each of us will figure out our own path and our own way. We have to stop worrying that can everybody do the same thing? No, everybody will reach the same place. Everybody has the same underlying current, but the style in which everybody will do it will be a little different. We talked about a lot of things today. Maybe it was a very dense talk actually, though it is only 45 minutes that you've heard us, but there was a lot of stuff between the lines. Maybe you'll have to go back and listen to our talk 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Maybe we'll one day come back and cover this in Hindi again so we can reach a wider audience. But what we want to tell you is, what we are talking about is from 100,000 man-hours of exposure and experience that we're seeing around us. When you're hearing it in 45 minutes, it might sound, I don't know how I can apply this, but just listen to it again. Just think about it, and a new idea will come from inside you. The most important thing is, we don't need to give up. We need to be out there making it happen. We need to be trying things over and over and over again, because one spark can burn a forest. One thought can change the world. And that is what is important to understand. See you on the beaches and mountaintops of the world, and all the best.
Bye, everyone.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ankur and Taru, for sharing with us your years of experience, what you've learned successfully building this business. That brings us to the end of this BBS. But before we go, we'll go through AV of all the achievers. Thank you.
turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up, 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 turn it up.